right, hey y'all. So for the $500 challenge, we are looking at SMR. Just jumped into a bullish butterfly using the October 31st expiration, the 50, 55, 57 calls. I'm in for a 75-cent cost basis. The reason why this one looks good to me is because on the charts, right, we've seen how OKLO held up really well overall Friday, even with the market pullback. It's acting like a honey badger today with the market bouncing back up. So I looked at something similar in the sector, SMR, which is something I've been eyeing now for a while. We've taken a few trades on it in the small lots room that have worked out nicely. So let's see if we can't take another one here again. It has a great daily squeeze. It has bullish momentum. We're attempting to break this level. The only caution is 45 may act as a price level, so we might have to sit through a pullback. But as long as the 100 period simple holds as support, I like the idea that we could at least get up towards 50, if not 55, going into the end of the month, especially if this squeeze starts to fire sooner than later. So I did give the trade a little bit of time. I did a debit broken wing butterfly to keep the capital cost small. But overall, I like how the setup's looking, especially with the weekly squeeze. Let's see if it can't get going. And that's it for here, guys. So if you want to follow along, go for it. And if you just want to watch, you can just watch. And then SPX getting a nice move higher. For those of us in the small lots room, it looks like that trade's still hanging out. We're getting about 18 minutes left until market close. So we'll see if this can't continue to stay range bound for us to get that fill. And then there was something else. Oh, PLTR. I did like that one too. Let's pull that back up. I know I started earlier today. So as soon as this wants to load, running a bit slow. Oh, it's actually making another bullish divergent bar. Well, maybe we jump into this trade too, y'all. 87.62. It's either going to work or not, but with two bullish divergent bars, one off support, I certainly like the probability. Let's take a look. PLTR. This is what we were pricing out earlier in the room. It was about 50 cents for the 85, 87.50. The high target is 87.62. So if we can tag that, if not break higher, our short strike will be at or in the money. So it's a pretty good risk versus reward opportunity. It's about 49 cents, 201 cost basis. Let me set up an alert for this. You can go with the 5-point width spread if you want to. That's about $1.18. But with this being so short dated, I'm going to keep with the smaller risk in case, you know, market decides to tumble again tomorrow for whatever reason, right? And that way, if it works, great. But if it doesn't, it's not too big of a hit to the account for whatever reason. And either way, I will likely be out of this trade by tomorrow. I won't do this as a $500 challenge trade, though, just to not confuse people. So let me type up the alert. This is PLTR. This is for the October monthly expiration. Looking at the 185, 187.50 call. PLTR has a valid bull DB and another attempting to print today off the 30 SMA as support, looking for a possible bounce back up to 187.56, I think was the target. Let me double check that. Oh, 62. Close. 187.62 by tomorrow's close. I will likely be out of this trade tomorrow, one way or another, right? For profit or loss, I'll probably still be out of it. Okay. So 49 cents. I'll start there. And I filled instantly, I think, at 49 cents. Yes. Instantly at 49 cents, guys. There's the fill on that. And Ivan, yeah, if you just want to take the long call, you can. It could still be affected a little bit by theta, right? Given that it's this week's expiration going into tomorrow. But if you're okay with the capital cost on it, I don't think that's a bad idea. Let's see, what is the cost? Oh, 95 cents. Yeah, that's not bad. And if we get at the money, right, let's say we're slightly out of the money, 95 to roughly 420 based on the current premium out there. Pretty good risk versus reward, right? Can't complain about that. So I like that. I like how SPX is also looking for us in the small lot room. It's hanging in there. I still have the butterfly set at $2 net credit. So if you want to modify that to guarantee to protect our capital on SPX today and still take away a small win, I don't blame you. Also, if you want to try and let it go for cash settlement, given how well we're trying to hang out here, I don't blame you. But sometimes those wicks, you know, in the last minute from an algo move can take you right back out of the body of the butterfly. So I'm still going to hold at $2 for now. And still may modify it if it looks like we're going to break, but so far so good. And then LAC was another one I had marked today. Can't remember why though. Oh, it was just a lithium play in general. I do like how it's holding support, but with some signs of exhaustion, I think I'd rather just sit on my hands for now. Might be a good one for a share play though. That way you can sit a bit more through the ebb and flow of it. Try and get it back to these higher numbers, if not for a continuation past that. Yeah, because of metals running. That's what I thought, high vibrations. Yeah, so I still like the look of it. There was actually one I looked at recently that didn't look too bad either. What was it? Let's see if it's still under my recents. Was it ALM? No, that certainly had a nice follow through on the divergent part, but I don't think that was it. Oh, no, this was it. LYSDY. So this is about $15, right? Rare earths, once again. Nice bullish divergent bar. Great follow through on this. The squeeze is already fired, but this is still a bullish signal. That's already adjusted the axis higher. On the weekly time frame, we've adjusted the axis higher. I would, you know, one to maybe keep an eye on. Let me write it down in my trading journal so I don't forget. LYSDY. Right? It's not like it's at a really opportune spot to jump in. But if it can give maybe another pullback, or if we wanted to start nibbling on a share buy or something, I don't think this may be a bad one to consider. An LITM? Yeah, high vibrations. Let's take a look. Nice third deviation snap, certainly. Bearish divergent bar on the day that has a decent follow through rate. The last two got follow throughs with lower lows. Then, of course, it didn't here. So, you know, third deviation snap, we're still outside or right at the third deviation. Obviously, a wide range for something priced like this. Wouldn't normally say a 278 range is a wide range, but when your underlying price is only 592, pretty big move for the day. So good probability we could stay in this bar's range or continue higher. I'd prefer not to see that bearish divergent bar print though, but that's what a move outside the third deviation tells us is we'll either stay in this range or continue higher. You can see that's what happened back here. And then of course the weight of the bearish divergent bar brought that back down. That's why I'd prefer this not to be bearish. I do like the squeeze. I like the bullish sentiment down here. On the weekly chart. Oh, so the weekly I'd be a little mindful of because it's just now testing the 100. And as we've seen, right, at least since the 100 started printing, still relatively new. It's what I like to call an Admiral Akbar. So for my Star Wars fans, right, it's a place where the bulls get trapped and the bears re-engage. Especially if it makes that bearish divergent bar for the week. I do like how well, though, it's flattened out. It's, and the monthly true lows. With the price, it's kind of tempting. Maybe with the bearish divergent bar, I might, miss out if it keeps stair-stepping up tomorrow. But let's look at this tomorrow morning high vibrations. It might be an interesting one to put shares in for the kids account. It's certainly priced pretty well. See, that's good to note. So trades with the penny bros. Gotta be careful. Understandable. But then that always goes back to why you only put out the capital risk you're willing to lose, right? Even in my kids' share accounts, all the money I put in there, I go in with the possibility that I know it could lose 100%. Now, I prefer not to have that happen, especially when it's a share play over an options play, of course. But that probability still lives out there no matter how small it is. So gotta be okay with it. But if it wants to act like an OKLO for us, I won't complain either. There is no, I haven't seen a honey badger this strong in a while. And what I mean by honey badger, for those of you who are new to that term, a honey badger it does what it wants, right? Just like the animal. It doesn't care if it's fighting an elephant. It doesn't care what the market's doing. It will do what it wants to do. Now, it did get, a little bit of that pullback Friday eventually going into the close, but it was still up, I want to say 10, certainly over 10 at one point on Friday. So it kind of was doing what it wanted to do. And then today, even with the market bouncing, it's like, I was still going to do this probably either way. So nice honey badger. I'm hoping SMR can start to act similar for us, or at least enough of a bounce to get us towards our targets. So for those of you, for those of you on the $500 challenge side, we'll see how SMR plays out. As always, may the trade be with you, my fellow Jedis. Bye.